We're getting close to Manan Correctional Facility. That's it. All right. Stop here to sign in. No guns allowed. Sometimes they send the dogs out to sniff. So I like to be facing this way.
I leave my stuff in here.
Yep, you're gonna leave everything in there, take everything out your pockets, metal, keys.
What up, Pro Truth? You know, I got a special guest here, Tanya. But anyway, let me go ahead and give y'all a little update on this. This is part two to my little series. So we got Cortez here who's going to visit his father in prison. His father's been in prison already. I think this. Let me see. I want to say 8 years already, or since he's. I think he went into prison since he's been 4 or 5. He hasn't seen his father, nor wrote to him, nor spoke to him since he's been in prison. Since he's been in prison, so he's going to finally get to see his father. And keep in mind, Cortez is 14. Again, I think he went into prison at 8. When he was 5 years old, either 5 or 6. So we're gonna get into that, and this is the effects of a lot of our fathers, a lot of black men that are not in their children's life, especially their sons. So we're gonna get into all of this. Let's go ahead and continue.
You been good out there, boy?
As you can see, the father is very emotional after seeing his son. Let me tell you something, brother. Y'all go behind the bars and you have a child, you ain't got you cannot teach your child nothing behind bars. Nothing you can teach him besides you could only probably give him some advice on how to stay out of trouble. That's it. But he can't really teach him anything. Yes, ma'am.
I kind of disagree. I think you could. You can talk to him. You can give him books to read. You can discuss those things. You can discuss lifelong lessons. I don't know how like visitation rights work, like if it's multiple times a month or a week or whatever. But I really think you can be as involved as you want to be given the parameters, like speaking to him, um, and also like all the knowledge and stuff that you learn, you can be pretty involved with just not like being there. Because what about absentee fathers that are working, 15, 20-hour shifts and they're rarely there, or they're too, like one guy on here, he was, away from home for 2 weeks from his family because of his job. So I'm wondering though, if you could be more involved.
Ma'am, that's not the same thing as being in prison. You say you're trying to, I don't, how could you compare somebody that worked? You said 15 to 20 hours a day. I don't know, unless maybe the military does that, but you said 15 to 20 hours a day. But yet,
Mm-hmm.
this thing, here's the difference between what a working man is doing and a guy in prison. A working man is going to be able to come home. This man is not going to
Mm-hmm.
be able to come home. Then you said give him books. Where is he getting the books from? Where is he getting the money?
Recommendations.
Where
So,
recommendations. Got it.
mm-hmm. So, don't you make money in jail too? They have money on their books. There's a lot of people that said they came out of prison with a relatively a nice sum of money. So I'm wondering though, I'm just saying the best case option other than sitting there crying, is to try to take what you're learning, right, in jail and try to apply it. So if you're learning about finance, if you're taking courses or whatever the case may be, people swear they come out of jail much more knowledgeable. So why not feed and pour that knowledge into your son? In this case, his son. Why not they can learn computer science, all kinds of stuff. Many of them we've seen had cell phones, so I wonder if they could do the video calling. I'm just speaking out of what a kind of an ignorance, so I'm not sure all the terms, but again, visitation, just making it very meaningful, calling, even if it's collect calling. I just feel like you could try to be as involved in your child's life as possible, when you have the moments to be in your child's life.
I mean, that does sound good, Tanya, but what happens? Let's just say that because the father's in prison, so when he gets himself in trouble, what can the father do? What exactly is the father supposed to do? Let's just say, we'll even go to this. He gets himself in trouble in school. So is the principal going to call his father in prison?
No, he's going to call the mom, but I still feel like he should address that issue when they talk, whether that's
Okay.
on the phone or in person. I still think the father can still parent. If people can run gangs and mafias in jail, in prison, which we've
Hmm.
seen, they can raise their children.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue and let's see what this father has to tell his son, even though he's in prison.
You been good out there?
Yeah.
I work with him and other kids at the school. I had made a promise to him that I was going to make sure he would get an opportunity to see you.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to step out the way and give you all a moment so you can talk to each other since you haven't seen each other in over 8 years. Okay?
You should have a lot to talk about.
I do, but I just been nervous.
Well, coming down here.
Heck yeah.
You should have a lot to talk about what you've been doing for the last 8 years.
Playing ball, getting in trouble often, like fighting every day sometimes.
You got to stay out of trouble.
There be a lot of police walking through here.
This is jail. This is max penitentiary. You know, you have people rape, murders, all that there. Everything you can name, they in this joint. And you don't, it's crazy now. It's not a good place to be because anything liable to happen. Somebody might come out of the cell and feel some type of way, stab you, anything. Anything liable to happen down here.
So they be stabbing people down with forks and stuff? Y'all get metal forks to eat with?
No, we don't get no metal before. They got plastic forks. But anything liable to happen.
How did you get in here?
I got a murder and attempt murder. You know what that is, right?
You killed somebody and you tried to kill somebody.
You know how much time I got, right?
Yeah.
How much?
Life.
Yeah, you can say that though, but I got like 60 years. You can say life.
That's a long time.
I'm still in court though. I'm still trying to get out though. It's possible though. I'm just still working on my case.
Let me tell you something, brother. That man ain't getting out. Murder and attempted murder, he not getting out. He gonna probably keep trying to get parole, but he's not getting out. And he's a black man, so that already makes things worse for him. So again, he has nothing to teach. The only thing he's going to teach his son is what not to do. He could probably tell him the stuff that's going on in prison, but he has nothing to teach him. He can't play catch with him. He can't sit down and do his homework with him. Nothing. So to all you black men, y'all got to make better decisions out here. Because a lot of y'all are making dumb ass decisions. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, this is a very extreme case here. It's like, what in the hell? 60 years in prison, and I want to know why this is his first time seeing his son in 8 years. I feel like they could have actually bonded through the 8 years so that his son can feel at least feel comfortable looking at him. His son won't even really give him the eye contact. I just think this is like a weird, it's so awkward, and I have a lot of questions. It's like, I mean, I'm glad that they made the attempt, but
Hmm.
it's like, I get what you're saying about what can he do. It's 60 years. I still think he can try to be as present as possible. His son obviously is saying that he gets in trouble outside, and he probably needs a male figure. But I don't know. This is like crazy.
I mean, this is extreme, but this is just but to be honest with you, it's just to get a lot of, look, it just goes to show you that a lot of our black men are making a lot of silly decisions. And the thing is, he went to prison and his own girlfriend that he was dealing with snitched on him. He got caught up. And I'm going
Is
and
it
I'm
snitching?
Yes, his girlfriend snitched on him. That's why he went. I mean, he was probably going to get caught either way, but that's really what happened. Because Cortez told the story in the other video of why he got caught up. His girl snitched on him.
Well, I thought snitching would be that she was doing something bad with him and then told on him. But if he was doing something bad, like he murdered and attempted murder someone and she turned him in, I think we need to also change our language, because snitching isn't turning someone in that committed murder unless you were in cahoots with that person and then went to go snitch on them.
Well,
Um, but if he,
I'll just say you can call it what you
go
want.
ahead.
I mean, if it's snitching or she told up, basically he got caught up. So this is why I say for a lot of you black men, y'all got to make better decisions out here, because I'm not putting it on the woman. I'm not going to. For one, he gave his seed away, and he had no plan on what he was going to do with his seed. So that's already a bad decision already, which a lot of black men do. Y'all out here giving your seed away, and then when the child comes out, you have no idea what to do with that child, and then you leave it up to the woman. And I'm telling you now that most of our women cannot teach a teenager anything, especially the young boys. The only thing they're going to do is put them in society for them to be able to maintain in society. But they're not going to be able to teach that boy how to be a man. And even the mother already said that in the other video. She needs a male role model slash father figure, but she doesn't have one. So guess what? The boy is going to look for male energy. And if he can't find it, he's going to start wilding out. That's just a fact. So for all of you brothers out here, get a hold of your son, because I'm not going to put it on the woman. The woman is only going to be there for survival. She's going to try her best to survive when it comes to her children. That's what she's supposed to do. But let's go ahead and continue, because to be honest with you, this brother here is pitiful.
Trying to get out.
It is possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's all people say about me. I act just like you.
You can't. You don't want that though. You got to change, man. I'm locked up.
I'm calm now because I take medicine.
How you ain't up in Montefiore?
Got kicked out of Webster, fight the teachers and stuff.
That's.
He touched me first.
It don't matter. That's a grown up. You lucky you ain't go to jail for that. 'Cause I don't want nothing to happen to you. You see what happened on TV every day?
Yeah.
Little kids constantly getting killed.
It's stuff crazy in Chicago.
Yeah, it is. So you got to stay in school, go to church, and play basketball.
And let me put this out to you two brothers. If you know that you want to have a child, you better know where you want that child to be raised at. Everything counts. All the choices that you make. everything. Where you're going to have the child, who you're going to have the child with, all those things you need to consider before you have a child. I can say one thing. I think the only thing that saved me, honestly, is because I was in the military and I was in a structured environment when I had both of my children. So I'm not gonna say that I was lucky, and I'm not gonna even say that I like made the best decision, but I did have a plan because I didn't want to have my first child until I was 25, which happened. Then I had my second child at 26, and I had a boy and a girl, and I knew I didn't want any more children after that. I was done. So, brothers, you got to plan correctly where you want to have the child and who you want to have the child with. Those two things are very important before you have a child. Let's continue.
I don't want to turn to the news. They talk about you that got shot or something because you want to hang on a corner. You got to listen to your mama.
I do this to Mama kind though when she.
You got to listen to her. She ain't going to tell you nothing wrong.
Yeah, true.
Because you don't want to end up in a situation like this. She tell you something and you went out there and got yourself in some trouble trying to buy some Jordans or something. It ain't worth it.
True.
But
Okay.
hopefully everything go right. I'll be back out there and we gonna start
You good, Tanya? If you gotta go, you gotta go.
all over again.
In a minute. I
Actually,
just got the
we'll
note.
get a chance to start over.
I'll get a job. That's the right way.
Let me say this too, brothers. I guarantee you that he's probably thinking about all the stuff that he did in the past, what he did wrong, and now he probably wishes that he never did any of that stuff. This man is in jail, in prison, maximum prison for 68 years. I don't know how old he is. I'm just going to assume that he probably got in there in his early 20s. That man ain't getting out until after 80 years old, if he lives that long. And by then his son is already going to be a grown man by then. So again, what can he really teach him besides telling him not to go to prison? Absolutely nothing. Go ahead, Tanya.
So I'm just gonna play devil's advocate to walk through some little like just critical thinking on this one. So I know this is to me this is like really bad worst case scenario. It's very sad. And I know what you just said that he's probably thinking about this, but the son isn't like 7. The son is well over 8. So he had his son while he did these heinous acts. And why wasn't he thinking about it then? Like knowing that because he's in Chicago and Chicago is nothing to sneeze at. Like it's a rough city. And most people can somehow say they've been in a gang, whether they're out now and they turned their life around. Gang life is really prevalent in Chicago. So it's just interesting that he didn't think about this before. That's number one, because this child, he looks like he's, I don't know, he's a preteen or maybe a teenager. I don't know, maybe 15.
14.
And then, he's 14. Okay. And then number 2, why did it take him 8 years to see his son for the first time? So, I'm not saying that people can't change their life around, but it would have taken some, at least thinking about it, because he has 2 charges on him, thinking about it before this happened. And, or if your son was really heavy on your mind, you would have at least been in contact with him prior to 8 years.
Agree. I can't disagree with you.
And maybe that critique was like not needed, but I just feel like it's just, I don't know. Because it's like it makes me really upset how parents really affect their kids in a very negative way. And it's just going to be cyclical, like a cycle that's going to rotate on and on and on until someone breaks it or something breaks it. And, this is kind of unwarranted, not unwarranted, but probably like needless criticism, because it's what's done is done. But I wish parents thought a little bit more before they make decisions, and don't do it out of anger, and also keep their family at the forefront when they do make decisions. You shouldn't be living your life for yourself anymore. You have to live your life as a unit, that you have a family now. So anyway.
All righty. Let's go ahead and continue.
Need you to pray for us.
I do. I'm gonna tell mom put some money on her phone for you to call us.
I ain't even got the number.
I'm gonna give you the number.
You gonna write it down?
Yeah. I was thinking that only reason I was getting choked because I see you a lot. I want to be a man in my life so I can do better. Do you think about us a lot?
I think about you all the time. It don't be a day go by I don't think about my family. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
I think about you a lot. When I get in trouble, when I cry, I think about you.
So y'all, I hope y'all heard that. So overall, the boy is crying out for his father because he needs that male energy. But look where he's at, prison. And there's a lot of inner cities like this. That's a fact, real. It is like two kids. And I'm going to assume that he probably didn't even have his father in his life for him to be making a big mistake like that. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know what it's like growing up in Chicago. I don't. But this is just a little bit crazy. And again, this is sad too. So, brothers, we got to do a lot better. We got to make way better decisions and stop making dumbass decisions like this.
I left you as what?
I was 6.
That's crazy.
And you know, and Tanya already brought this up. No eye contact with the father and the son. Barely any eye contact. I'm just gonna just guess, but I don't really believe that the child has that much respect for his father. Okay, but let's go ahead and continue.
So let's take a deep breath. Let's talk about what we need to talk about. Yesterday was a big day for you. Yes or no?
Yes. When he walked in, he came over to me and gave me a hug. He sat down and started crying. And then when we started talking about how I do at school and stuff.
How'd that make you feel when he was crying?
Kinda said,
Did you think it was a sign of weakness?
no,
Okay, what did you think?
that he wanted to be out there with us.
Did your dad get to say that he loved you?
Yeah. He said he think about me and my little sister all the time. Told me he don't want me to be like him, he want me to be better than him.
Okay,
He don't want me running the street like my little cousin.
okay.
He don't want me being disrespectful to my mama no more.
Okay.
He don't want me acting up in school. Told me stay in school, do what I gotta do, finish playing basketball.
Where do you go from here? Are you all gonna keep in touch?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna write him.
Okay.
When I get home tonight, my mama gonna help me write him and we're gonna send it off.
So is there anything else that maybe I haven't asked that you might want to share with how you felt about the whole experience?
I felt good. We got a chance to laugh with each other,
Okay,
give each other hugs, take pictures.
okay.
So I felt good.
I hope you take the experience and it will help you become a better you. Now the challenge becomes, will the words really make him change? His actions, or will the streets be more powerful? And so that's going to be the constant battle for Cortez.
No, Cortez stands for everybody. When you're doing a performance, you have to have some order. You have to work as a group. Come up with some kind of plan as to how we're going to present you. Because we don't just go out and start doing, we're not at the club. We're doing a presentation.
We having a Black History Assembly, like they're gonna be doing poems, dancing, color guards, a lot of that stuff for Black History.
1, 2, 3, and.
Turn up, turn up. Turn up. Turn up, turn up.
What you doing?
Turn up.
You supposed to be turning it up with them.
Hey, we got the barbecue going crazy right now.
Listen, brothers, I don't give a damn about no stupid Black History Month. And this is why I say we ain't got no culture. And people get so mad at me when I say that we don't have a culture. That stupid rap, look, I like hip hop, I like rap, but that's not really culture. Gold teeth is not culture. Dreads, that's culture, but you don't know, but a lot of people don't even know where the history of dreads came from. So when I see stuff like this and they talking about Black history, no. These kids could be doing something with their hands. They're in an alternative school, so why not try to teach these kids how to be a plumber, how to be a carpenter, how to be a mechanic, or fix something? This, again, is not going to help the kids at all in an alternative school. The only thing that's missing now, why not give them some cake and ice cream?
I mean, everybody.
You didn't say shit.
I mean, everybody.
You can't say shit in CPS. We lose our jobs. No, wait, I'll stop.
Y'all playing it again, and you think, you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and continue because this is ridiculous.
You can't say that.
I say clean version. That's all you got.
Where's the clean version? You should have did that first. You know
I
that.
didn't put it in.
Okay, well,
And you see how she talk, and you see how that child is talking to that adult. So, again, what is these kids being taught in an alternative school? If I was running an alternative school, they wouldn't be doing that. I would be putting them in some type of wood shop or workshop where they're using their hands. You got to do better than this. And you wonder why people don't want to be teachers. I don't know, man. I probably want to be smacking these kids in their mouth.
where's the clean version?
Far.
If you all can't find another version, you're going to have to come up with something.
Clean version.
Clean version on Audio Mac.
It went hard.
Okay.
I got that stuff. No.
Okay.
Hey, did I used to know how to do this? Did I used to know how to do this?
What?
All this? Did I used to do books?
Today is the calmest I've seen him in a while. And very cooperative, mild-tempered.
Thursday was the first time he's seen his father in over 8 years.
Okay.
And, he's began his medication, let's say, within the last 3 weeks.
Because normally, he probably would have cussed me out and walked out and turned some stuff over. And it's been a tremendous change within the last 3 weeks, now that you've said it. Outstanding performances raise professional dance standards for blacks and whites alike. The definition of dance has broadened to include the urban black dance forms of breakdancing and hip-hop. We now introduce to you the Montefiore Dance Crew.
Back to the left, back to the right, back to the left 2 times, back to the right, back to the left, back to the right 2 times.
I don't see a video playing.
Take it all around. Do your dance, go on, break it down. Now throw some bows at them, throw some bows at them. Now touch on your body like you need a sweater. Check it out.
Brothers, the only thing that I
Your
see,
name is rude. It's not
I'm
mulatto.
still recording. Hey, only
Oh,
thing,
let me get down.
oh
Hold
my
on.
goodness.
Hold on.
Anyway, the only thing that I see here is kids in an orange shirt. I guess they're getting them ready for prison in a stupid ass dance. Let's continue.
They got the holy city on the side of this.
He pulled a knife on him. He told him he was gonna kill him.
He said he was gonna kill me.
So he's planting fear in his brother.
take advantage of this, my whole situation. Like, I tell him to do something. Oh, I knock you out that chair.
You know, your mother, she really care about you, and you out here on these streets, you letting her down.
So, brothers, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. We'll have part 3 another time. But let me just give you an update on the boy Cortez, because this video was done in 2013. Cortez now, recently, I think it was about almost a year ago, was charged with attempted murder. So he is going into the system. And yes, I did look it up. So I just want to just let y'all know. Y'all can look him up for yourself. His name is Cortez Sims. He was charged with attempted murder. And again, this video was done in 2013. So that's 10 years later. So he's 24. But on that note, you can like, share, and subscribe. Peace.